We've just spent the entire afternoon eating and now we're having to float in this pool to recover. We've been on a DIY food tour, eating as much Mexican local food as we can, so we're trying to keep away from the main tourist areas. Enough tacos to keep us going for a very long time. Quesadillas, tortas, there's so much goodness here. Not gonna lie, I am absolutely starving because we've waited. Most of the food joints, at least the taco places that we want to go to, don't open until 1 p.m. So
yeah, we also had to wait till it was Tuesday as well because it feels like the most appropriate day to eat tacos is Taco Tuesday.
The first stop we're gonna go to is probably the place that has the most reputation online. You think that's fair?
I feel like it's probably the most well-known taco place in Playa Del Carmen, and there's also two of them, two different restaurants.
Yeah. So this place is called Aldo. It is local, but because of the reputation, it is also probably a little bit touristy. So the prices are looking at 17 pesos per taco. But it's just the most random spot because there is cartoons all over the world. I don't know my cartoons well, but I can see Donald Duck, Bugs Bunny, Tweety Bird as well. And then this is a fake fireplace behind me.
We've ordered the most traditional kind of taco. It's called Al Pastor, and it's a pork. And we got two different kinds. We got one without cheese and one with cheese. And when you order them, it comes with the meat, the cilantro and onion, and then they also put on the table different kinds of salsas and sauces. So it's kind of lucky dip as to how hot things are and how spicy you want to make it. Oh yeah, and then there's lime. Well, it looks like radish and cucumber maybe. I forgot to mention kind of the most important part about the El Pastor taco, and that is that it comes with pineapple on top. And apparently we read online that the pineapple has some kind of enzyme in it or something that breaks down the meat and makes it more tender. I'll be the judge of that. This is not going to be glamorous.
The crazy thing is, for us anyway, is that we've been to Greece, we've been to Turkey, and we've seen these meat spits on the street, and it's very normal there, but a lot of people might not expect that that's kind of the way that it is here, and it's this old Middle Eastern way of doing it on a spit, adopted as this Mexican tradition, but the meat is a lot more, I'd say it's a lot more tender than what we're used to, but just when you mix it all together like this, the ingredients just taste so fresh and so light, as I lose half of it while I talk.
To get to our next spot, we want to try a different kind of taco, a sirloin taco. So we were doing some research. We found a place called Don Sirloin, and we were like, well, that sounds like it's probably going to have what we want. So we've ordered 3, and it's the same kind of situation, but different types of salsas here. There's a pineapple one, and then a tomato one, and then their sauces have more of a scale of hotness. There's 2 different types. So I'm excited to try the sirloin ones.
You can see how different these ones look. The meat looks a lot nicer. That bit there maybe is a little bit fatty, but this stuff here looks absolutely delicious.
This might be controversial because I know Al Pastor is the traditional, most the best kind. But I think I like this better. And maybe it's because I haven't had red meat in a really long time that having some sirloin is actually just a really nice change. It definitely isn't as marinated as the Al Pastor. It kind of just tastes a bit more like barbecued meats. And I think the fact that it doesn't have onion and cilantro all over it probably means something to me because those 2 things are not my absolute favorite. So I like that I can build my own here.
These places are all so loud, it's almost impossible to film in here where you need little lav mics or something to try and sit here with our professional taco operation. We're just hacking this together. We've got football playing on in the background, there's grilling going on here, there's just noise, roadsides, the car broken down there. This is a proper Mexico, and for that reason, Corona. We have been told from people, don't drink Corona, there's plenty of other great Mexican beers. If you are one of those people, tell us what they are, because we've tried a whole bunch, and Corona 100% is our favorite, for sure. It's like a little taco grouping spot there. There's Don Sirloin, and then Alfagon is just up there. We're off the main street. I'd say when most people come to Playa, they probably, would you say they explore out this way? I don't feel like most people would.
Maybe not, because it's a decent walk. It's like 15 minutes maybe?
From what's it called? 5th Avenue, which is the main walking strip, the shopping strip. It's where probably most people wander. We are going to go and explore it properly because we haven't yet. So we'll do that in our next video. But I think it's going to be a very different feel, eh? Like this feels local.
Yeah, I sort of feel a bit like it'll be more touristy, less authentic.
Speaking of authentic though, that was my favorite. I actually I actually preferred those. The meat is just so much nicer. You do pay more for it though. We got 3 tacos there as well, and that came to 110 because we got the Corona, which was 40 pesos. So
I think
and a bit of a tip, of course, on top of that.
About 10. You pay about 10 pesos more for the sirloin. Our next stop on the DIY food tour is for something that sort of doesn't seem Mexican, a sandwich. We're going to a place called Tortas Santa Fe. So a torta is a type of sandwich, not to be confused with tortoise.
Getting that real Mexican local feeling now. This place, not a single sign in English. It's just a really small place. There's 7 tables. Nobody speaks English, and I just basically asked for, like, in my very broken Spanish, just said for one chicken torta, please, por favor. And it's kind of worked out. And it is a lot bigger than I thought. And the chicken, I thought it would be like diced up maybe. And it looks absolutely delicious. It's so much bigger. It's funny, you think about the food that you see internationally when we travel, and the representation of that food in other countries versus what it's like in the actual country is so different. And for me, I always remember that Mexican food with these big burritos, these big hearty, thick, full-on, massive tacos and everything, but they're not, like, they're just these small little things. So I think this has thrown me a little bit at how big this is, but I'm excited, that's why I'm talking so much. That is right up my alley. There's so much meat in there. I have to be honest though and say there's not a huge amount of flavour because it's I haven't put any of the sauces on there. I got carried away. So it's just like avocado, tomato, a little bit of cheese and chicken in here at the moment, and then we've got some kind of a mixture with onion and vegetables here, and I think this is the spicy sauce that I need to get up in it, but you can tell how happy I am. I am so full.
I feel like I'm gonna explode.
So it's at like 3 tacos each, and then I had the majority of the torta.
I gave up on the torta.
And I reckon we can fit one more meal before we do some kind of a drink.
Do you know what that meal is?
No, I forget.
Quesadilla.
Oh, of course, the quesadilla. You got to do it.
House today. This is a popular spot, so we're sitting out on the street, but I kind of like it. So there are loads of different flavors that you can get, and they're 15 pesos each. We chose to go with just the queso plain one because we've had so many different types of flavors today. And got my queso quesadilla. It's a mouthful. It's basic but good.
I did not expect DJ Taco to jump on the mic and start promoting his business while we were sitting there.
I can't even remember what I was saying, but all you need to know is that queso, or more than queso, the quesadillas are really nice.
It was just a lot more plain. You could really taste the maize or the corn because they're not flour. Well, you can order flour at the taco places, but we just stuck with the corn ones. But it's very simple cheese though, wasn't it? Yeah,
but it had like a really nice flavor. Can't explain it. Cheesy.
Got about a 15-minute walk. Things are going to change a little bit. That's very local where we just came from, which is 20th, maybe 25th Avenue. So we're going to go a couple of blocks, and as we get closer, it'll start to get more and more touristy, more English signs. The price tags will start to go up. Many more pesos, I think. You can really see the difference now. We've got nice bars, nice gardens, cobblestone streets, we've got the tiles and everything. It's all definitely a very different feel the closer we get to that 5th Avenue. Want a party?
Mexican rap!
There's no one there either. It's absolutely cranking. And the place is empty. We just had a little bit of a failure, and now we're trying to figure out what our plan is.
Well, the plan was to go and get the best margaritas in Playa Del Carmen, and we walked into the place that we were supposed to get them from. The prices were outrageous, and there was no music. They were just watching sport, so the atmosphere was a little bit weird.
Yeah,
so
we knew that they were going to be about 200 pesos, which is a lot of money, especially when you consider that compared to the food that we've eaten. But best cocktail, we're like, okay, happy to spend it.
We want to try some tequila, and we don't like straight tequila, so we're dressing it up in a margarita.
Yeah, kind of. But I just thought that it was going to be this classy joint with like amazing cocktails and perfect service, and instead there was just 6 screens and football playing and all of the chairs just facing forward. And I was like, you don't want to spend that much money on a margarita and sit there and watch everybody else watch sport.
You also don't want to pick up a camera in a place where people are just watching sport and you're just talking away about your cocktail.
So the reality is now we're just standing here on this side street, just kind of going, what should we do? Where are we going to get one? So I think we're just going to walk. We'll do our best. Travel is all about being flexible, and we've got so flexible that we've given up on our idea of having margaritas. We'll probably find a load more options for bars and restaurants and stuff once we're on the 5th Avenue, which we're hoping to do in a couple of days' time, or the next video anyway. So instead we're just going to go to the rooftop pool and come and having a look at a whole bunch of different beer options, but most likely we're going to end up back at Corona, aren't we? Oh, they don't have Corona. Maybe grab some Sol then. Anyway, what can you do? This is a cheaper option, isn't it? It's hard not to be tempted by this. When here you go. I put some lime in there too. When we've got a rooftop pool and we paid 19 pesos each compared to what was going to be 210 pesos each. And we've got a rooftop view. Happy with this.